Hey guys, it's Carrie with Preserving Our Roots. We're going to be back today baking homemade bread, but using fresh milled flour. I'm going to be using this cookbook, and she has her own YouTube channel. It's Grains in Small Places, so go check her out over there. You can also find these recipes on her website. I just got the book, so I'd have it all in one place. But anyway, let's get started. So first off, we're going to start out by weighing out our wheat berries. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my scale on. I'm just going to weigh them out into this jar, and then I'll put them in the grinder and grind them straight into my KitchenAid bowl. So let's tear this out. I'm only going to be making one loaf today, so we're not going to need as much. Oh, there we go. All right. So that's what we need. So I'm going to be milling hard red and hard white. It's just whatever I had left I had poured together, so you can kind of see the difference in the color of it. The hard red has just like a little bit more of a nutty flavor to it. But this thing's going to be a little loud, but you have to start it first before you put anything through it. And then we're going to grind it into my KitchenAid bowl. So turn it on. So then you're left with this beautiful fresh ground flour, and it smells amazing. All right, so we need 180 grams of milk and 180 grams of water. Whoa, Nelly. Well, we did a little high on the milk, so let's go a little light on the water. This is a very hydrated dough. So we need like 29 grams. So let's say 30 grams less. So I need 150 grams of water. Let's see. It's 209. So 309. So 350 now. All right. And I need 42 grams of butter. We're using our homemade butter. It's so nice and yellow, and it smells amazing. So let's see. Let's tear this out. There we go. So I needed 42 grams, and that's 43, so that's perfect. So now I gotta put this in the microwave and warm it up until the butter's completely melted. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, I'm just going to show you what we're making. It's the everyday sandwich bread. I've made it several times and it's turned out really good. Alright, so I'm actually supposed to put the water, milk, butter, and the honey and salt and egg together and mix it. So I'm going to dump this in here. I typically just do it all together, but today we're going to follow the recipe. So let me get the hot stuff. And it's nice and melty. You can see the milk and the butter line separate. So we'll pour this in here. And then I need an egg. Alrighty, so I need and a half. And as far as honey, just measure with your heart. Or you can weigh it out or whatever, but I normally don't. faster. Alrighty. So we're gonna mix all this up. True me fashion, I made a mess. I'll scrape down the sides of the bowl. Fresh milled flour is very different than just store-bought flour, because it has the whole wheat berry in it. It has the wheat bran and germ in it, and that takes longer to hydrate. So I'll have to leave this sitting for anywhere from 15 to 30, maybe even longer minutes, to let it soak in the flour and hydrate before I add the yeast to start the rising process. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on and let it mix in a little bit better, and then we'll just leave it to sit and hydrate. cover it and let it sit. Alright, so now we gotta add our yeast. I need 2 teaspoons. Alright, so I just took the dough hook out of it and it's holding together as a ball. So I think it's been kneaded for long enough. So I went ahead and sprayed the bowl with some spray so it don't stick, and now I'm going to cover it and let it rise. It's still plenty warm enough, so I'm just going to let it rise here on the counter. If it's ever cold in your kitchen, just turn the oven light on and stick it in the oven, or if you want to preheat your oven, you can just set it on top. Alright, so I already punched the dough down one time, but I forgot to video it. And it's risen up again, so we'll go ahead and shape it for our loaf. So I kind of make an pinch your ends in. It's still a little sticky, but it's way better than normal. I think normally I don't knead it enough. And like I said, this is a very hydrated dough, so. And now I'll let this sit in the pan until it's risen up over the pan, and then we'll bake it. And I've already got the oven set on 350, and once it's risen, I'll put it in. All right, so it's risen up above the pan, so I'm gonna pop it in the oven. And the oven's already preheated to 350. So it'll go in for about 3 minutes. All right, so we're gonna take the bread's temperature and see where we're at for doneness. You wanna be at least at 190. Yeah, it's not rising fast enough. It's definitely not nearly done. You can see the dough on there too. It's been in for about 20 minutes, so it's still probably like 10 more. All right, so we're gonna check its temperature again. Stick it back in the hole. It's still not getting. I think it's on Celsius. Okay, it was on Celsius, so it's 196. You're good. Alright, so we're just taking a clean dish towel and laying it on the counter. Then we're gonna set the bread in the middle of it. We're gonna butter the top of the bread, and then we're gonna wrap it up to hold in the steam. Let me get my butter. Salted butter is a little bit better for this because it gives you just that little bit of a salty flavor, but I didn't salt this butter, so we're just going to use it up. I have more in the freezer that is salted, but we're going to use this up first. So I literally just take my big hunk of butter and rub it on there. And this helps keep your crust soft too. Alrighty. And we'll just wrap her up and let her cool. I'll slice it in the morning for sandwich for Robert's lunch. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you would, just give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we'll see you in the next one.